waiting to be discovered. How intriguing is that? Welcome to X Science, and I am JT. Just recently, researchers at Cortex has found mathematical evidence suggesting that there may be a planet X deep in the solar system. This hypothetical Neptune-sized planet orbits our Sun in a highly elongated orbit, far beyond Pluto. The object, which the researchers has nicknamed Planet 9, could have a mass about 10 times that of the Earth, and orbit around 20 times further from the Sun on average than Neptune. It may take between 10,000 and 20,000 Earth years to make one full orbit around the Sun. The hypothesis comes from the observation that small objects in the Kuiper belt tend to follow orbits that cluster together, suggesting a named planet hiding far beyond Pluto. NASA states that the announcement does not mean there is a new planet in our solar system. The existence of the distant world is only theoretical at this point, and no direct observation of the object's nickname has been made. Or does it? Some of us might already recall Planet X, aka the Nibiru catalyst. There has been a great deal of controversy surrounding the subject. Ever since before the discoveries of Neptune in 1846, astronomers have hypothesized that there are two large cosmic bodies lurking far beyond Uranus, causing its erratic orbits. When Neptune was discovered, it was deemed too small to be the only planet affecting the orbits of Uranus, and even Neptune's orbit itself seems to be affected by a large gravitational force on the edge of the solar system. In December 1983, the scientists of the IRAS Observatory made it to the headlines, announcing that they have used their infrared satellites to detect an unknown object, possibly as large as Jupiter's and possibly a part of the solar system. The object was detected twice within only 6 months near the constellations of Orion. IRAS, a joint project by the scientists from the US, Great Britain, and the Netherlands, described the object as so cold it casts no light, explaining why it has not been observed before by optical telescopes. IRAS also reported that the object seems to be moving towards Earth. Only 4 years later, however, in 1987, NASA announced that its two pioneering spacecraft, which has been exploring beyond the known planets since 1972, has failed to find any evidence supporting the existence of the object. Dr. Robert Harrington, chief astronomer of the US Naval Observatory, despite all the sudden cover-up, did not stop doing his work until his mysterious death in 1993. Ever since, NASA has not said a single word about Planet X again. So what happened to this object? Could it really be Planet X? And if so, could NASA have been hiding it? Despite NASA announcements and cover-ups, speculations and conspiracy theories around Planet X or the Nibiru catalysm continue. In 1995, Nancy Learder, a woman from Wisconsin who claimed that she received brain implants from extraterrestrial being named Cetas as a girl, said a large planetary object, Planet X, would sweep through the Earth in the early 21st century. The collisions or near miss between the two planets would cause a stop in the Earth's rotation for 6 days. Physical pole shifts, disruptions of the Earth's magnetic cores and displacement of the Earth's crust. Richarium Sixtient, author of the book The 12 Planets, interpreted ancient Mesopotamian religious texts, stating that a giant planet beyond Neptune, Nibiru, passes by the Earth every 3,600 years, allowing its sentient inhabitants to interact with humanity. Later on, the theories of Planet X was blended with the Mayan calendar and the Doomsday of 2012. The implications of the existence of Planet X, other than the theories of it passing by Earth, is American physicist Richard Muller discovered that mass extinctions happen every 26 million years. He suggested that every 26 million years, a large object, for example a planet, passes by the Oort cloud, a cluster of comets on the edge of the solar system, causing the comets to crash into the internals of solar system, including into Earth, causing mass extinction. So, what did you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the videos, like, subscribe and stay tuned for more. Other than NASA's being accused of covering up a huge planetary object heading toward Earth, Google has also been accused of hiding Planet X. In 2008, it was reported that Google Sky was missing a patch of data near the constellation Orion, exactly where the IRIS project reported finding the Jupiter-sized object. Google scientists, however, attribute the error to a glitch in the system. Now, 30 years after the dismissal of this original Planet X discovery, the planets once again resurface. Deja vu? Well, whether Planet X really exists or not, and whether it will directly sweep through Earth or plunge Everest-sized comets towards Earth, most of us probably won't know it until it is too late. Of course, according to official sources, there is nothing to worry about. Remember, stay safe and keep looking to the sky. This is JT at X-Science, signing out. Hello YouTube, I'm JT from X-Science, and we are going to discuss a very interesting topic today. A lot of you may have already known Planet X, or also known as the Nibiru catalysm. The debate surrounding this planet X has been going on and off for a while, and it just got hot again when NASA announced the discovery of mathematical evidence for a possibly living planet in the solar system. Conspiracy theorists and YouTube channels, including the well-known UFO hunter Secure Team, has seized the chance to bring back the discussion, arguing that Planet NIMB is Planet X, and NASA has known about it and covered it up all along. They once again point out that the object Planet X will bring doom to the Earth, either directly, via passing by it, or indirectly, via plunging Everest-sized asteroid at the Earth. Many people, especially newcomers to the topics, are actually scared. Before going deep into the topic, let me just say that the amount of information on the topic is unbelievably large and cannot be covered in one video. So I will just go briefly through the main points, and you guys can base on that and Google everything about it. So first thing first, what is this whole Planet X doomsday theory? Let's go back to December 1983, when scientists of the Aerospace Observatory announced that they have discovered Planet X. A week later, the story was retracted, and in 1987, NASA announced that its two pioneering spacecraft, which had been exploring beyond the known planets since 1972, had failed to find any evidence supporting the existence of the object. Hence, people started assuming that NASA was trying to, for whatever reason, cover up the existence of Planet X. The real story, however, is a little bit more complicated than that. In December 1983, IRAS announced that their infrared satellites detected an object that could have been as large as the planet Jupiter, and so close that it might have been part of the solar system. The thing is, nobody was certain what it was, and the planet was only one of many possibilities. It could have been a giant asteroid, a nearby protostar that never became hot enough to actually become a star, or even a very dense gas cloud. Newspapers, of course, wanted the best possibilities for their article title. The Washington Post, one of the many examples, zeroes in on the object being an additional planet. Let me repeat, nobody, even NASA and IRAS themselves, knew exactly what the object was and how close it actually was. Later on, when NASA found out about these articles, it had them retracted. So that's a very brief story for you to understand where the ideas of NASA covering up a huge planet came from. Ever since, numerous conspiracy theories sprung up. One of the best known is from Nancy Leader. Nancy Leader, a woman from Wisconsin who claimed that she received brain implant from extraterrestrial beings named Zetas as a girl. In 1995, she said that a large planetary object, Planet X, would sweep to the Earth in 2003. The collisions or near miss between the two planets would cause a stop in the Earth's rotation for 6 days, physical pole shifts, disruption of the Earth's magnetic core, and displacement of the Earth's crust, thus dooming all life. The things about this theory is that if a planet as large as Jupiter is heading towards Earth, we would have, long before the impact, felt the changes caused by the gravitational forces of it, not to mention how it would have affected closer planets even earlier, which would in turn affect the Earth. In 2003, when the doomsday did not come, Leader claimed that the actual days of the impact must be kept secret for social security reasons. Another famous theory that believers of the Nibiru catalysm cling to is that of Zeitarium Sitchin, author of the book The 12 Planet. He put forward the doomsday prophecies from his interpretations of writing on a Sumerian tablet. The tablet showed what is supposedly our solar system, with 11 planets surrounding the Sun, because the Sumerian counted the moon system, or Planet X. Sitchin called the planet Nibiru and said it passed by the Earth every 3,600 years, allowing its sentient inhabitants to interact with humanity. The date of passing was then fused with the Mayan doomsday prophecies of December 2012. Of course, we know that there was no doomsday in 2012 because it's already 2018 and I'm still here with you guys. The date of the event was then moved up to 2013 and delayed on and on and on and on. Nothing happened so far. People start waking up and the story faded. So let's recap what I have said so far. Some people believe that the giant unknown planet, covered up by NASA, is heading towards Earth, wreaking havoc as it hits and destroys the Earth or nearly misses the Earth, disrupting the Earth's magnetic fields and orbits, dooming all life either ways. The story of Planet X or Nibiru, or whatever you want to call it, was recently brought back to the spotlight, causing panic among those who probably skip elementary physics or critical reading. The reason was because of NASA's announcement of a possible planet the size of Neptune, named Planet Nymph because Pluto is no longer classified as a planet. This hypothetical planet orbits our suns in a highly elongated orbit, far beyond Pluto. The object could have a mass about 10 times that of Earth, and orbit around 20 times farther from the Sun on average than Neptune. It may take between 10,000 and 20,000 Earth years to make one full orbit around the Sun. The hypothesis comes from the observation that small objects in the Kuiper belt tend to follow orbits that cluster together, suggesting mathematically that a nymph planet is hiding far beyond our dwarf planet Pluto. Mind you, NASA states that the announcement does not mean there is a new planet in our solar system. The existence of this distant world is only mathematically theoretical at this point, and no direct observation of the object's nickname has been made so far. Of course, the last statement, no observation has been made, raises the issues of a possible cover-up. Believer of the Planet X doomsday once again have a chance to recycle our material, create a date that will very likely be postponed on and on and on, and probably some strange people will once again come out of nowhere, claiming to have implants or ancient texts, confirming the catastrophe. Let me tell you again why these theories are nothing but nonsense. First of all, physics and gravity say that if such a huge cosmic body is heading towards Earth, there would already have been massive disturbance on every planet in the solar system, which are even visible to the naked eyes. The object would have already messed up with the Earth's magnetic fields and orbits, bringing disruption and destruction as consequences. Secondly, as for the people who claim to have taken photos of an object behind the Sun, I hated to break it to you. Those are lens flares. Thirdly, for the people who believe that the Sun is acting abnormally, there is nothing abnormal about it. It is only part of a cycle that lasts far longer than any life. In other words, what you are perceiving as abnormal is only abnormal for you on the scale of a human's life expectancy, not on a geological scale, let alone an astrological scale. And for those who believe that Planet X will not hit the Earth directly, but pass by the off glance every 26 million years and plunge asteroids into the Earth, the orbit of the hypothetical object found by NASA is only 10,000 to 20,000 years, and thus it would throw comets at Earth much more often if it was really so. Not to mention, there have been only 5 mass extinctions in the Earth's 4 billion years history of life. So every 26 million years is too frequent a number. Last but not least, you can spot Pluto in space with an ordinary 10-inch telescope. Yes, you heard that right. You can spot an object smaller than the Moon at a distance 40 times longer than that between the Earth and the Sun with an ordinary telescope. So why do you think nothing discovered a Neptune-sized planet heading towards our planet? Well, you don't necessarily have to be a genius to know why. There simply is no giant planet heading towards Earth. Let me finish the topic by quoting from American astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson. Planet X is a marvelous work of fiction by people who flunked physics in high school. The whole force is just old material being recycled and modified all over and over and over again, and the date of doom will be pushed further and further and further into the future. The hysteria will once again die out until some newcomers to the topic or hasty readers and media brings us up again because some mathematical theories being assumed to be 100% real. So there is nothing to be worried about. Thank you for stopping by, and it would be wonderful if you like and subscribe to our channels for future updates. Until next time.